Good morning. Hi, good morning. Happy Tuesday. We've still got a minute before we start. I thought we might start in a reclined position this morning. And if you have a bolster, you might like to grab that. And it doesn't matter if you don't have one, or you might like to grab a couple of cushions or a pillow. And either choosing to lie in Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together, knees out wide, placing the bolster or the cushions lengthways under your spine. Or if you don't want to use any props, that's fine. You might just be in a semi-supine position. So just lying on your back, feet stepped up close to the buttocks. If you wear glasses, you might like to pop those to one side. And if you're feeling a little bit cool, you might cover yourselves with a blanket. So just take these first few moments to gather yourself, to lie down, either in Supta Baddha Konasana over the bolster or in a semi-supine position without anything underneath you. And as we usually do when we commence our practice, sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times. So just taking these first few moments to arrive fully, making sure that you are as comfortable as can be in the position you have chosen. And perhaps imagining that someone has placed a lovely warm washer on your forehead, allowing all feelings of fatigue, tension, stress, anxiety to drain away. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Feeling the weight of your body completely supported by the floor, by the bolster. Letting your body and mind drop. Exhaling. Exhaling. So I thought we might begin this morning with a little breathing practice. And we're going to incorporate the fingers and the hands. So I'm going to invite you to bring your full attention to your left hand and fingers and place the tip of the thumb at the base of the index finger. So we'll exhale all breath here. And then as we breathe in, we're just going to slide the thumb up to the top of the index finger. And as we exhale, slide the thumb back down, nice and slowly. And then we move the thumb to the base of the middle finger. And as we breathe in, we slide the thumb up the middle finger to the top. And as we exhale, we slide it back down. And then the thumb goes to the base of the ring finger, breathing in, sliding it up to the top. And breathing out, we slide it back down. No sense of hurry. Now we're going to add some words. So to the base of the little finger, inhaling, I inhale faith. And on the exhalation, I exhale fear. Good. Now just leave the left hand. We're going to do the same now with the right hand. So thumb to the base of the index finger. Breathing in as we slide it up the top. I inhale faith. Sliding it back down. I exhale fear. To the base of the middle finger. Breathing in. I inhale faith. And breathing out, I exhale fear. To the base of the ring finger, Sliding the thumb up to the top of the ring finger, I inhale faith. Sliding it back down, I exhale fear. To the base of the little finger, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. If you've just joined, we're either in Supta Baddha Konasana, lying over a bolster, or just lying down on our backs. So let's now do that same practice with both hands together. So taking the tip of the thumb to the base of the index fingers, and on your next inhalation, slide the thumb up to the top of the index finger. And as you exhale, sliding it back down nice and slowly. And to the base of the middle fingers, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. To the base of the ring fingers, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. To the little fingers, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. And just release the practice. You might like to sigh the breath away, letting go. So in yoga, faith, Sraddha, is understood to be the foundation of our practice, something that can sustain us through even the darkest, most doubtful of times. It's the opposite of fear, which can paralyze us. It's faith in ourselves that we can rise above whatever scares us, whatever makes us feel afraid, by connecting with our divine selves, which is not separate from the sense of a divine outside of ourselves, whether we refer to this as universal consciousness or God or some form of a higher power. This fits with the definition of yoga, which is unity, or to yoke, or to join together. All is one. No separation between inner and outer, between one's individual consciousness and universal consciousness. Larry, who some of you know, who's my friend and Reiki teacher, often says to me, "Are you looking at the world through divine eyes or human eyes?" And this is something I've pondered a lot over the past year or so. Am I perceiving the world from a spirit perspective, which includes faith, or from a human perspective, which includes fear? It's a choice that we each have, but perhaps aren't aware of. Are we choosing to buy into a fear narrative? Or are we looking at our experiences and the wider world through divine eyes, with the understanding that we are energy at our essence, and to trust that all is in divine order? Nothing is out of place or wrong with us or the world. The sage Patanjali introduces Sraddha in Sutra 1.20 of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Sraddha virya smriti samadhi prajna purvaka itare sam. Through faith, which will give sufficient energy to achieve success against all odds, direction will be maintained. the realization of the goal of yoga is a matter of time. So this morning's practice is designed to focus on practices that strengthen our faith and remind us or assist us to experience a connection with divine energy or universal consciousness. Sometimes it's easier to envisage or experience this energy as outside of ourselves. So in a moment, we're going to come up to sit with and work with a meditation practice to connect us with something greater, something larger than ourselves. And then we'll start to move, weaving in the mantra Om Shraddha Namaha to strengthen and honor the role of faith in our lives. Excuse me. But I really want to emphasize that this divine energy is not actually separate from us. We are this energy as well. So just start now to deepen the in-breath as you bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. Have a little bit of a stretch. And then we're going to just quietly roll over to one side. And when you feel ready, make your way up into a comfortable seated position. Even if you're sitting on a chair or sitting on your bolster, you might be kneeling or cross-legged. Just make sure that the spine is nice and tall. And there's no hurry, but when you are seated, we're going to bring the palms together and rub the palms until they feel nice and hot. And then we're going to make fists with the hands and just start to tap the top of the head all over, sides of the head, the back of the head. Good. And then using one hand, usually the dominant hand, just place the palm above the crown of your head and we make circles in a clockwise direction. So just a few centimeters above the head. Now, just to warm up the voice a little bit, we'll chant the sound E. This can actually help to open the crown chakra, Sahasrara chakra, so to allow that connection with energy above the head, allowing it to flow down into us. So let's work with this sound 3 times. So we'll breathe in. E. Slowly bring the hand down. Just keep the eyes closed or have a soft downward glance now. We're going to be sitting for 5 or so minutes, just softening the skin of the face, relaxing the shoulders as you start to turn your sense of sight inward, observing inwardly, and just noticing how you feel, noticing what's going on inside of you this morning. So observing bodily sensations, feelings, thoughts, and trying to remain in the position of a neutral observer, just watching, noticing, perhaps turning the sides of the mouth up slightly. And then I invite you to call to mind a great teacher or wise being you have known in your lifetime, or some form of a higher power, perhaps a deity or a god. So some of you may have a clear picture of a great soul or God, which may make this a little easier for you. Some of you may not. Just try to use whatever image works for you. See if you can picture this deity or being hovering above you. If what comes to you is not in the form of a being, it may be pure energy, prana, a stream or channel of energy or light, a presence nonetheless. And then begin to imagine drawing in the strength of mind and spiritual state of this divine being or teacher, or it might be pure energy. Visualize yourself drawing in this energy, this wisdom. Focus your attention and pull these qualities in through the crown of your head, through Sahasrara chakra. Visualize this great being or deity hovering above you, and allow yourselves to open to them inwardly. Imagine that their power and wisdom is flowing into you. You might like to visualize this great soul or teacher resting the palms of their hands above your crown top, not actually touching, but hovering a couple of centimeters above your head. Perhaps feeling some warmth or a tingling sensation. These divine hands that represents a higher power, universal consciousness, just above your crown top. Again, if not a being, it may appear as a channel or stream of energy. You might feel the prana, the life force, as a cold or hot wave, an electric current, a sensation of warmth, a stream of wind or liquid traveling through your body and pulling at your spiritual heart center. Perhaps feeling your heart opening, expanding, glowing more and more with this divine radiant light. And then begin to feel a sense of gratitude for this great being or deity or stream of life force. And send this feeling of gratitude to them or it. So we're going to now bring the right hand into Jhana Mudra and place it over the spiritual heart center. So I'm not mirroring you here. So I've got my hand in Jhana Mudra and we place this over the heart center. I'll have it up a little bit higher so you can see. So the fingers, the palm is facing the body and the fingers are pointing up. So we just rest this mudra here, keeping the eyes closed. This mudra, when we hold it at the heart space, represents devotion of the human being to divine wisdom. So just a few breaths here, and in a moment we're going to chant Om Shraddha Namaha 5 times. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Last one. Om Shraddha Namaha. Gently release the mudra and bowing forward, softening there. I'm going to come back to meet you on my mat now. Exhaling the breath. And then we're going to slowly come up and just move everything off the mat. And we're going to come onto all fours to work with cat pose. So starting off with the spine in a neutral position, your wrists directly under your shoulders, your knees are directly under your hips. And just making sure that you don't hyperextend the elbows. So if that's the case, you just have a little micro bend in your arms. All right, so let's come back to those words. I inhale faith, I exhale fear. So just begin by exhaling all breath. And then breathing in as we lift the tailbone, drop the belly, raise the face. I inhale faith. And on the exhalation, we're rounding the back. I exhale fear. So breathing in, I inhale faith. Breathing out, I exhale fear. So long, smooth inhalation. I inhale faith. I exhale fear. Just gently warming up our spines, our backs. I inhale faith. I exhale fear. Keep going. Let's do 3 or 4 more, working nice and slowly, synchronizing the movement with your breath. Exhale fear. After your next inhalation, we're going to tuck the toes and move into down face dog pose. And while we're here, we'll have a bit of a diagonal stretch. So we're going to bend the right leg, push back into the left heel, and forward into the right palm. Just holding this stretch as we continue breathing, letting the head hang.
then we'll swap sides. Bend the left leg, push back into the right foot and forward into the left palm. Pressing the fingers down, the knuckles of the fingers. Breath is flowing. Good, and then come back to center. If you need to come down into child pose, please do so. Otherwise, you might like to rest the left hand on the sacrum for a breath or two. And then swap sides, right hand on your sacrum. And then place that hand back down. Let's lower down onto our knees and rest in child. Either staying here or some of you might like to lift onto the crown of the head, interlacing your fingers and lifting the arms up and over. We'll have a few breaths here or just staying in child. See if you can press the palms of the hands together. Good, and then lower the hands to the back, sit back down. Just stay there for a breath or two. Good, and then we'll extend the arms forward, preparing to work now with our hippie cat. So we're going to be imagining we're drawing some circles on the mat with our hips. So we're looking along the mat. We're going to come over to one side and then we're leaning forward, circling around to the other side and pushing back. So around to one side, circling, coming forward, around to the other side and back. Good, so we'll do a few more of these and then we'll reverse directions. One more. Good, and then reversing. Good, and then come back to center and we'll come back onto all fours and work with another variation of cat. So we're making circles, but this time a different direction. So we come over to one side, crouch down low to the other side and then push the back up. So to the side, crouch down low to the other side, push the back up. Crouch down low to the side, push the back up. One more. Good. And then reversing. Two more. Good, and release. We'll do a little bit of a stretch for our wrist so you can heel or sit however you need to work with this. So we'll bring the elbows into the side waist and just making some nice slow circles here with our hands, saying good morning to our wrists. Sending some loving attention into our wrists. Just keep the face relaxed and the mouth. And reverse. Good, and then just make fists with the hands with the thumbs tucked inside, little circles. And reverse. Good, give it a shake. All right, let's come back to work with a flowing sequence. So coming into extended child, either now the gentle option is to work with moving from child into cat, dog, back into cat and child. You all know that one really well. Those of you who'd like something a bit stronger and you don't have any wrist or shoulder issues, you can come along with me. We're going to start in dog, move into plank and back into dog. Do that quite a few times. So either starting in extended child to work with the gentle option. Actually, we're all starting here. But then as you start, you're either going to move into cat and dog or just come straight up into dog with me. And then from here, we're going to bend the legs, come forward into plank, so the body's in a straight line, and then back into dog. So bend the legs, forward into plank, back into dog. Bend, come forward, and back. Bend, forward, and back. I might try one more of these. And then either just pause in dog or come down into child and take a rest for a breath or two. Then we're going to reverse direction. So from dog, we're going to move straight forward into plank, bend the legs, back into dog. So coming forward, bend the legs, into dog. So we'll do up to 3 more of these, but please listen to your body this morning. Be guided from within, remembering you are your own best teacher. When you've had enough, you'll come down onto your knees and rest in your favorite version of child for 2 or 3 breaths. And then let's come up again onto all fours. A little bit of abdominal strengthening work. So have your knees together, rest directly under your shoulders. And as we inhale, we're going to see if we can lift those knees and the shins off the floor and just hold that. So we're hovering there for perhaps 2, 3, 4, 5 breaths. We're going to do this twice. I like to apply Mula Bandha when I'm here. So that sense of containing energy. So squeezing the perineum. And just have a little rest when you need to. And when you're ready, if you'd like to have a second go, lifting the knees, lifting the shins, pressing down into the feet, the palms of the hands, fingers, knuckles. Make sure you're not holding the breath. When you've had enough, lower down. Good. And we're going to move into our cat twist now. So we'll place the right hand under the heart center. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, sliding that arm under the left arm. So right side of the face onto the mat. Left hand onto your sacrum. Or extending the left arm up. If you want to take this a little bit further, we turn that left arm and drop that arm behind the back, reaching for our right thigh. And breathe. And then release that left hand back down to the mat. Coming back to center. And let's try the other side. So left hand under the heart center, deep breath in. And sliding it underneath, left side of the face on the mat, right hand on your sacrum or into the sky. If you want to take it further, you turn that right arm and drop it around, reaching for your left thigh. It's working to roll that right shoulder back and breathe. And release that right palm down, left palm back. And from here, just coming to lie down onto your tummies, resting one hand on top of the other, your chin or your forehead on your hands. And let's rest for a couple of breaths. Okay. So I thought we'd have a go at a variation of locust shalabhasana, taking both arms above the head. So your hands are shoulder width apart, or they might be wider apart if that's better for your shoulders. Feet are hip width apart, and your forehead is down on the mat. So let's exhale all breath here. And as we breathe in, we're going to lift the left arm, the head, and the left leg. As we exhale, we lower everything down. So let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, left arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Breathing in, lifting up. And breathing out. And then moving on to the right side. Inhale, right arm, right leg, and head. Exhale, lower. Right arm, right leg, head. And last one. Good. Now working with a diagonal stretch. So as we breathe in, lifting left arm, right leg, and head. Exhale. Now right arm, left leg, and lower. So we'll keep alternating. Left arm, right leg, and lower. Right arm, left leg, and lower. And one more to each side. And when you finish that one, release both arms down alongside you. Turn your head to one side and just give in. If the lower back's a little bit tender, you can bend the lower legs and just swing the legs from side to side. All right, now another variation of locust that we don't do very often. It's a really traditional version. We're going to make fists with the hands, and just have a look if you're not sure. We roll to one side and just place the fist into the groin, and then we roll to the other side and place the other fist in. Now, if that doesn't feel comfortable, just have your arms out to the sides. So the forehead is on the mat, the feet are together. It feels a little bit strange, but we're giving the lower abdominal area a really great massage with the fists and the lower arms in that position. So we'll exhale all breath. And then as we breathe in, we're lifting just the right leg up, pointing the toes, stretching the leg back. And as we exhale, we lower that leg down. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. And lower. So again, we'll alternate, lifting right leg up. And down. Left leg. And one more to each side. Good. And then if you've had enough of that, you can release the hands. But otherwise, we'll have a go at the full locust in this position. So on the next inhale, we lift the legs and the head. They can try and keep the feet together, or they can be apart if that's better for your lower back. And then exhale, lower. We'll do 2 more of these. So breathing in, we lift. And breathing out, we lower. And last one. And lower. Release your arms. Again, turn your head to one side. And you might like to sigh the breath away. Notice the heart racing a bit there. The cardiovascular work. All right, so one more back strengthening pose. I thought we'd come into crocodile, Makarasana. So just a gentle back bend. Feet can be hip width or mat width if that's better for your lower back. The palms of the hands are together. If you feel comfortable, you might like to close the eyes. And just visualizing the breath flowing up and down the spine. Skin of the face soft. If you'd like to join with me in a moment, we'll chant Om Shraddha Namaha 3 times. So exhaling all breath. Breathing in. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. And gently release. Now from here, we're going to bring the palms down and lift up, bend the legs. If you have your bolster or some cushions, placing that between your upper thighs, big toes are together, and coming into supported child. So just turning the head to one side. If you don't have a bolster, that's fine. You can just do your favorite version of child. Just softening there for a moment, letting the breath flow. Just taking a moment to notice what's going on inside, how you're feeling.
Turning the head the other way. Letting go. Letting go. And then very gently releasing and coming to an upright position, moving any of the props out of the way, and we're going to come up into a standing position. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose, and resting the hands over our heart center. So just take your time, there's no hurry. To close the eyes and just connect with your breath. Lengthening up through the crown top as you also ground down through the feet. So feeling that beautiful connection with earth energy beneath your feet and divine energy above the crown of your head. Perhaps again feeling a stream of a channel of prana flowing down through the crown of your head, light. Let's come back to our chant again, Om Shraya Namaha. We're going to work with this 5 times as we add an arm movement. So exhale all breath. And then breathing in as you take the arms out to the side. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Last one. Om Shraddha Namaha. Take a breath or two there. Bring the hands into prayer position at the heart space. I'm going to work with circle of joy. So on your next inhale, interlace your fingers, raise the elbows. And as you exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, let the arms float down, interlacing the fingers behind you. Breathe into the heart and lift the arms up. Inhale, arms to touch. And exhale. Interlace the fingers, breathe into the heart and lift the arms up. Pull the arms down, the arms up. Let's do 2 more. We'll add a couple of extra poses now. So breathing in. Take the arms above the head. And as we exhale, we'll lean over to the left. You can separate the arms if that's better for your shoulders. Come back to center and take the arms over to the right. Back to center. And lower the arms, interlace the fingers, breathe into the heart. And we're coming into a forward fold, legs bent or straight here. And slowly come up. Any lower back issues, keep those legs bent, palms come to touch. And back to the heart. So 1 more of these. Breathe in. The arms above the head. And leaning over to the left. Back to center. To the right. Back to center. Float the arms down. Interlace the fingers. Breathe into the heart. And folding forward. Slowly coming up. Bring the palms to touch. And back to the heart. Take a couple of breaths here. All right, let's bring the legs together, feet together. I'm going to do a little bit of squatting. Spread the toes. Have the inner edge of the big toes touching, so your heels will be a little bit apart. So it's like a tiny little triangle between your feet, but inner edge of the big toes touching. We're going to make genie arms, and we're going to do 21 little squats here. 1, 2, so just count to yourself. Trying to keep the spine as straight as possible. Not a competition how far you can go down to see what feels good, what feels appropriate for you this morning. When you finish 21, just release the arms, sigh the breath away, or take the feet hip width apart. So if you're going quite slow, just take your time. It's fine. Again, we've got genie arms. And this time we're going to do 14. A little bit slower. 2, 3, counting to yourself. If you don't want to do 14, that's fine. You might just do 7. It's not a competition. Listen to your body. And we finish a little break. And then we're taking the legs wide, our final time, and this time we're going to do 7, again a bit slower. So when you're ready, 1, 2. Finish the 7. Well done. Give the legs a shake. And we're going to set ourselves up for a variation of triangle, trikonasana, outer edges of the feet parallel this morning. Shoulders roll back and down. Heart nice and open. So when you're ready, breathe in, raise the arms to shoulder height, turn to the left. As we exhale, we're tipping over to the left side. That right arm might stretch up, or it might even stretch a little bit over the head this morning for a stronger stretch. Breathe ourselves back to center. We turn to the right and tip over to the right side. Inhale. Exhale. This time we'll hold for a few breaths. So coming over to the left side and staying here. You can either be looking down towards your left big toe or forward, or if the neck is feeling quite strong this morning, you might be looking up, breathing. And then bring the head to neutral. Inhale, come up, turn to the right, and tip over to the right side. And breathe. Good. Inhale, come up. And release the arms down. Release the legs. All right, so I thought we would come into Warrior Two now, and then a couple of other poses from that position. So legs are wide, we'll turn the left toes around, right toes in. When we're ready, inhale, raise the arms, turning to the left, and we're bending the left leg. So any shoulder issues, you might rest the hands on your hips or just one hand. Otherwise, the arms are in a nice straight line, softening the shoulders and breathing. Keep the gaze of the eyes soft, the mouth is relaxed. Gazing along that left middle finger. And then we're going to inhale, turn that left palm up and windmill the arms backwards into Dancing Warrior. It's another beautiful lateral stretch. Breathing into that left side of the torso. Good. And then inhale, come up. And bring that forearm to the thigh, right arm up. So this is our extended triangle. You can keep this right arm up or resting on your hip, or some of you might like to turn the arm and extend that arm over your head. So there's a lot going on here. You might be looking forward or again, perhaps up towards the sky if that's okay for your neck. Pushing back into the outer edge of the right foot. Extending out into the right fingers. Breathing. Bring the head to neutral. Inhale, come up. And let it all go. Let's turn the feet around. Do the same on the other side. Inhale, raise the arms, turn to the right. And bending the right leg. So again, you might rest your hands on your hips or one hand. Otherwise, the arms are in a straight line. Softening the shoulders. Pushing back into the outer edge of the left foot. Perhaps a gentle smile on your lips. So I thought it'd be good today to incorporate a warrior pose because sometimes we do have to be very courageous and brave when we are feeling a lot of fear and we're trying to connect more with faith. Good. Let's inhale, turn that right palm up, windmill the arms backwards and breathe into that right side of the torso. Good. And then inhale, come back through warrior two into our extended triangle. So forearm on that thigh. This left hand might be on your hip or arm extended up, turning the arm and perhaps extending the arm overhead. Head to neutral. Inhale, come up. And let it all go. Release the legs. And shake. Coming back into Tadasana. And I like to close the eyes. So again, feel your connection with the earth beneath the feet. And at the same time, opening the crown upward towards the heavens. So we're going to work with a final little flowing sequence now, incorporating our chant on Sraddha Namaha. So feel free to watch the first one or just come along with me. So let's breathe in as we raise the arms above the head. We're going to swan dive forward as we chant. Om Shraddha Namaha. So legs can be bent or straight here. Then we're going to lift up onto our fingertips or hands go onto your shins. And then exhale, lower down. And we're going to stay here for a breath. So just let the head hang, let your shoulders be relaxed here. And then we're going to reverse swan dive, come up, and we chant on that final exhale. So breathe in, come all the way up, palms together. Om Shraddha Namaha. So once again, breathing in. Om Shraddha Namaha. Lift up halfway. And fold. This time we're going to stay for 2 breaths, legs bent or straight. And then reverse swan dive up. Om Shraddha Namaha. Om Shraddha Namaha. Lift up halfway. Lower down. 3 breaths this time. Inhale, coming all the way up. Om Shraddha. 2 more. Inhale. Shraddha Lift up halfway and fold. This time 2 breaths. Swan dive up. Om Shraddha Last one. Om Shraddha Way and fold, just staying for 1 breath. Om Shraddha Take a breath or 2. We're going to come to lie down. Have your bolster or any support close to you. So we're just going to work with a little leg stretch and a twist, and then move into Shavasana. So lying down on your back, and the first thing we're going to do is just stretch the left leg up. Now you might be able to hold the back of the leg somewhere. Some of you might be able to hold onto your left big toe. Have that right foot on the floor. Just see if you can take that left leg out to the side a little bit, but keep pressing the right buttock down as much as you can. Head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Breathe. Might even place that right hand on your right hip. Good. And then let's swap over. Take the right leg up. So you might be holding the back of the leg somewhere, or your big toe. Taking the leg out to the side if you can. Seeing if you can keep pressing the left buttock down, perhaps a hand on the left hip. Good. And release. Now draw both knees in and a little rock from side to side. And we'll move into a twist. So either feet in the air for a stronger twist, or bring the feet back down onto the mat. Arms out to shoulder height. Deep breath in. And knees over to the right side. Head may turn to the left. Just a few breaths here. And then come back to center. Knees over to the left. Head may turn to the right. Just relaxing the shoulders and breathing.
And come back to center. And we're going to move now into Shavasana. If you've got the bolster, you might like to pop it under the back of your knees, pop socks on, cover yourselves with a blanket. And I'm going to come up to be closer to you once again. Sighing the breath away. Getting comfortable. Settling down. As you lie down, you might like to wriggle and stretch your toes and your feet, your hands and your fingers. And then just wriggle your back against the surface of the floor, making sure that you are as comfortable as possible. Taking a few slow, deliberate breaths in, and a few slow, deliberate breaths out. Let's do a round of our finger breath practice that we started with. So when you're settled, bring your attention to the left hand, thumb to the base of the index finger. Exhale all breath. As you breathe in, you're sliding the thumb up to the top of the index finger, perhaps adding the words, I inhale faith. And as you exhale, sliding it back down, I exhale fear. To the base of the middle finger, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. Base of the ring finger, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. To the base of the little finger, breathing in and breathing out. And leave the left hand, move over to the right hand, thumb to the base of the index finger. Inhaling, I inhale faith. I exhale fear. To the base of the middle finger, breathing in and breathing out. To the ring finger, inhaling and exhaling. To the little finger, inhale and exhale. Now the two hands together, so thumbs to the base of the index fingers. In your own time now, inhaling up the index fingers and exhale back down. Just continue in your own time through the rest of the fingers. When you finish, just relax the hands. You might sigh the breath away. And just feel yourself now give in and let go.
If you would like to remain lying down, feel free to stay as you are. Those of you ready to move on into the rest of your day, just start now to deepen the breath. Wriggle those fingers and toes once again. Just quietly roll over to one side and curl up into a little ball. Hug your knees in. I'd like to share a beautiful poem with you to close this morning. This is by Talia Hunter. There is a space in you that can never be touched. There is a place in you that can never be harmed. There is a strength in you that can never be stolen. There is a faith in you that can never be shaken. There is a voice in you that can never be silenced. There is a peace in you that can never be disrupted. There is a fire in you that can never be extinguished. There is a joy in you that can never be diminished. There is a spirit in you that can never be broken. There is a dream in you that can never be forgotten. There is a hope in you that can never be crushed. And there is a love in you that can never be lost. If you're not already seated, feel free to come now to sit. And we'll close with one Om this morning. So if you'd like to bring the palms of the hands together. Exhale all breath. Breathing in. Namaste. Thank you. Love to all. Hope you enjoy the rest of this day. The sun's coming out a little bit, which is beautiful. See you soon. Lots of love.